Hello, fellow Americans. I wish I could start this message differently, but the reality we're about to face next month is alarming. Brace yourselves, because what I'm about to tell you is not just speculation. This is a warning. In just a few weeks, our country could be in the midst of one of the most severe food crises we've ever seen. We're not talking minor disruptions. We're talking about staples, essential foods that could vanish from the shelves, leaving millions of households scrambling. Right now, behind the scenes, big corporations that control most of our food production are facing unprecedented difficulties. With supply chains still in disarray and the cost of producing food skyrocketing, they're struggling to keep up. Some are even at risk of shutting down major operations, which could send shockwaves through the economy. And the consequences? Food shortages like we haven't seen in decades. The most terrifying part? This isn't a crisis on the horizon. It's already begun. In the coming weeks, you may walk into your local grocery store and be met with empty shelves. Prices are already surging, but what happens when the food just isn't there? Today, we're diving into the 7 foods that will be impossible to find next month. These aren't just isolated cases. This is a growing threat to our nation's food security, and we need to face it head-on. If you rely on these staples, it's crucial that you prepare now before it's too late. But first, let me explain why this is happening. The pandemic's aftermath continues to wreak havoc on food production, inflation is spiraling out of control, and essential resources are becoming scarcer by the day. This combination is a ticking time bomb, and when it goes off, millions will be affected. It's not just a matter of inconvenience. This is about survival for many families. So buckle up and pay close attention, because the information in this video could make the difference between being prepared or being caught off guard. Let's dive into the 7 foods that could soon disappear from your local stores. Number 7, cooking oil. Let's be real, folks. Cooking oil is vanishing off your shelves, and let me guess, you haven't even given it a second thought, have you? Typical. You're more concerned about your next meal delivery than the reality of what's going on. Well, newsflash. You need to start caring. Olive oil, canola oil, sunflower oil. These aren't just nice-to-haves. They're essential for cooking anything that doesn't taste like cardboard. No oil? Good luck frying that egg, grilling your favorite veggies, or making a simple stir-fry. Enjoy your bland, dry meals when you're out of options. Spoiler alert, no one's going to be excited about that. Here's the cold, hard truth. Global supplies of cooking oil are being wiped out and fast. Climate change is shredding olive groves in Europe. Italy and Spain are seeing some of their worst olive oil harvests in years. Sunflower crops in Ukraine and Russia? Forget about it. They're dealing with droughts, war, and economic chaos. Canada? Sure, they've got canola oil, but the price hikes are ridiculous. And that's if you can even find it on the shelves. Crops are fragile, and between extreme weather and endless supply chain disruptions, they're getting wrecked. You think I'm exaggerating? Wait until you see the prices skyrocket again. If you're not taking this seriously, you're going to be left scrambling. Look in your pantry right now. Do you have at least 4 or 5 bottles of extra virgin olive oil? Maybe some Kirkland Signature or Wesson canola oil? If not, you're way behind. Stop being naive. Stock up while you still can, because once it's gone next month, you'll be stuck paying triple. Or worse, you won't find any at all. Number 6. Oats. Yeah, oats. I know you probably don't think about oats unless you're doing some half-hearted attempt at a healthy breakfast before grabbing your sugar-packed branded garbage, but let me remind you, oats are a staple. And if you're too busy stuffing your face with whatever cereal brand is blasting advertisements, you're missing out on one of the cheapest, most nutritious, and versatile foods you can get your hands on. They're not just for oatmeal either. You can make cookies, bread, pancakes, or grind them into flour if you actually care about doing something useful. Here's where things get grim. Canada's oat production is circling the drain. The country, responsible for most of the oats hitting U.S. shelves, is getting hammered by droughts. So, those Quaker oats you treat like an afterthought? Might as well kiss them goodbye unless you act now. Prices are already going up and supplies are shrinking. But here's where you'll probably drop the ball. You won't prepare. You'll walk right past the bulk section, eyes glazed over as you toss another box of empty-calorie cereal into your cart, and then freak out when you can't find oats anywhere in a month's time. So let me spell it out for you. Buy them now. Get steel-cut oats, rolled oats, quick oats, instant oats, whatever variety you can still find. They last for years if you have the slightest clue how to store them. Next time you're at Costco, or even your sad little local store, throw a big bag of oats in the cart. Or don't. But don't come crying when you're stuck eating garbage because you didn't think ahead. Number 5. Salt. Here's one that no one ever thinks about until it's too late. Salt. That tiny box of Morton salt sitting in your cupboard might be the most important thing you own, and you're probably ignoring it. Salt is not just for flavor. It's essential for preserving food, curing meat, and even keeping your body functioning. But did you know that the global salt market is under stress too? Between rising energy costs, transportation issues, and increasing demand, salt is becoming harder and harder to source cheaply. And when it's gone, it's gone. Without salt, good luck making anything taste edible, and forget about preserving food for the long haul. Stockpile it. Get sea salt, table salt, kosher salt, whatever you can find. Brands like Diamond Crystal and Morton are still available, but that won't last forever. Buy 10, 20 pounds. Whatever fits your pantry, because when the shortage hits, you'll regret not grabbing it while you could. Number 4. Vinegar. Vinegar is another one of those sleeper essentials that you never think to stockpile, but trust me, you'll wish you had. Why? Because vinegar isn't just for salad dressings. It's a powerful food preservative, disinfectant, and even a cleaning agent. Without it, you're losing a critical tool for making food last longer and staying sanitary in tough times. Right now, vinegar production is being hit by shortages in the alcohol industry, which affects the base ingredients used to make vinegar. The availability of apple cider vinegar and white vinegar has already started to dwindle, and prices are creeping up. The next time you see Heinz white vinegar or Bragg's apple cider vinegar on the shelf, don't just grab one bottle. Stockpile a dozen, because vinegar is practically a miracle in a bottle during a crisis. Don't be the fool who waits until shelves are empty and everyone's scrambling for the basics. You're running out of time and the window to act is closing fast. Get ahead or get left behind. It's your choice. Number 3. Peanut butter. Listen up, because this is going to hurt. If you don't have a stash of peanut butter in your pantry right now, you're setting yourself up for disaster. Peanut butter is one of those foods that Americans love to pretend will always be there. Newsflash, it won't. With peanuts being hammered by extreme weather conditions, especially in states like Georgia and Texas, the peanut crop is taking a nosedive. And you know what that means? Skyrocketing prices and empty shelves. Peanut butter is packed with protein, healthy fats, and calories that are going to keep you alive when everything else is scarce. Don't think you can just grab a jar of Jif or Skippy whenever you feel like it. When it's gone, it's gone. Stockpile now. I'm talking at least 10 jars. You'll thank yourself later when everyone else is scavenging for overpriced almond butter. And guess what? Almond crops are going down too, so good luck with that. Get the peanut butter now, or you'll be the one going without. Number 2. Rice. How many times do I have to tell you? Rice is an absolute no-brainer, but half of you don't even have a single bag in your house. What are you thinking? You think you're just going to waltz into the store and pick up a bag when you finally decide to get serious? Wrong. Rice is the most consumed grain worldwide, and the U.S. is far from immune to the global rice shortage that's coming. Between India restricting exports and climate change destroying harvests across Asia, you can bet rice will vanish from store shelves faster than you can say supply chain. And don't fool yourself into thinking you'll switch to quinoa or some other overpriced nonsense. Rice is cheap, stores well, and provides essential carbs that your body needs to keep functioning. Go for white rice if you're thinking long-term. It lasts for decades if stored right. Grab those 20-pound bags of jasmine or basmati rice while you still can, because when this crisis hits, the only thing you'll be stocking is regret. Get your act together. Stockpile rice now, or you'll be staring at bare shelves and overpriced, garbage alternatives in the middle of the next shortage. Number 1. Coffee. Wake up, America, literally. If you think your morning cup of coffee is guaranteed, you're living in a fantasy. Coffee shortages are coming, and most of you aren't even remotely prepared. This is the fuel that keeps half the country functioning, and yet you haven't thought once about stockpiling it. Coffee is under siege right now from every angle. Climate change is decimating coffee plantations in Brazil and Colombia, the 2 largest coffee-producing countries. Add in skyrocketing transportation costs, and guess what? That $5 latte or bag of beans is about to disappear, and you'll be left with nothing but headaches and regrets. Let me break it to you. The days of casually picking up your favorite Starbucks roast at the grocery store are numbered. Coffee beans have a limited shelf life, but ground coffee and instant coffee can last for months, even years, when stored properly. Get yourself some bags of Café Bustelo or Folgers Classic Roast and hoard it like your life depends on it. Because for a lot of you, it does. Without coffee, you're going to crash hard, and when this shortage hits, you'll be scrambling for overpriced stale junk if you don't act now. Stock up, or prepare to join the ranks of the decaffeinated, miserable masses. You've been warned, and there you have it. These 7 essential foods could be gone from your shelves before you even realize it. This isn't fear-mongering. It's the reality we're living in, and it's unfolding right in front of us. You've just seen the warning signs, and now it's up to you to decide what happens next. But let me be clear, time is running out. The longer we wait, the worse this crisis will get. Don't think for a second that someone else is going to fix this for you. The government, the big corporations, they're part of the problem. So if you're still sitting there thinking this won't affect you, I'm here to tell you, it will. And when it does, it will hit hard. Prepare yourself, prepare your family, and act while you still have a chance. Because when the shelves go empty, it'll be too late. This is your wake-up call.